Hey, hi, it's Sue Carney. Oops, I didn't mean to have my arrhythmia monitor on full display for you. I just took a selfie of it, and that's why it's showing like that. Yep, there it is, my little arrhythmia monitor that I'm wearing these days. Hi, Kim. I didn't know if anyone would be around on what is a gorgeous Sunday here in Northern California. Hey, China Bear. Um, I am having my heart rhythms monitored as part of this journey of dealing with the fluctuating blood pressures and just being really certain that all the boxes are being ticked and that everything is being managed, so that all the information and diagnoses are available. I get distracted by all the things Facebook is telling me, and for some reason they're coming out on the side, so I can't even see who that is. Hi, Rebecca. So anyway, I have been humbled and restored to a state of being humbled and grounded and balanced in my journey as a maker, through this last go round with, hi Sharon, with my health. I have been making my own remedies for a really long time, decades now, remedies and beauty products. And I make tinctures and salves and oils and preparations and combinations of things to enhance. Yeah, Sharon, it's really nice to see you too, or see your little icon and your words there. My life in the virtual world, or all our lives in the virtual world. So it's been my habit for a long time now to, when something changes or goes awry in my health picture, to research and look stuff up and figure it out, what I can do to, what I can make, what I can do, what I can change to improve things. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes figuring stuff out on your own is not your best option. It's certainly not the only option. I was brought up pretty short by this latest round of health dramas. Not only was I taking a medication that caused some really dangerous stuff, like standing up and passing out and getting concussed and all that stuff, but I also feel like I've slipped past center firmly in the direction of arrogant, I got this, know-it-all. Now that I'm shifted back to feeling more centered and humbled and balanced and grateful, I'm just grateful for all the amazing doctors that I have in my network of healers and for their training and their knowledge. I was taking a walk around the neighborhood and dictating some notes for this talk and blog post, and I have this lovely little cardiac monitor on my chest, and I have to have it taped to me, and then I have to carry a Samsung phone in my pocket because there's no, this is just a side rant, but I'm going to say, really, they couldn't find a way to have my iPhone record the stuff from this monitor? No, not yet. Please, Apple developers, get on it. With all this fabulous technology we have, it would really be nice to not have to schlep around another device, and for passive monitoring apps to be developed for this really fancy phone that I carry around. All right, rant over. A little bit more about what arrogance can look like when you're standing firmly in the center of your own health journey. I've been so committed to going all natural, using source ingredients like white willow bark instead of aspirin, avoiding pharmaceuticals, avoiding additives and ingredients I don't approve of. Hi, Michael. Um, I lost my balance a bit. And while it's embarrassing to recount this, especially because I'm teaching the Divinely Feminine Art of Making in a workshop next week, I want to say that this has been a wake-up call for me. There is a time and a place to hold out for whatever combination of homemade and all-natural suits your fancy. And there are most definitely times and places to put your preferences and your prejudices aside and simply listen to your doctor and follow her recommendations. I am really lucky, or maybe I'm not so lucky, but I'm also lucky. I am more willing and more open to listening to a doctor when I feel like a doctor is interested in listening to me. And as I can, clearly not in an emergency. I did not lay up in the emergency room either time this last month in January and say, no, I'd rather have a nicer, more open doctor to talk to me right now. In an emergency, I take what I get. But I also have good ears. I interview doctors really well, and I will keep looking till I find someone who will actually be there and listen and be as interested in me as I am in them, or at least meet me part of the way. You know, that's not their job to be my friend. It's their job to help guide me to better health. So here's the lucky part. I now have a cardiologist. How did this happen? Cardiologists are people my parents went to. I don't know how it happened now. I have a cardiologist, but I do. And I got lucky. She's amazing. She's patient and kind and careful and thoughtful and asked me many different ways a lot of the same questions over and over again to really get to the bottom of who I am and how I roll and how I take care of myself. She asked me about nutrition and drugs and exercise and alcohol and ended up saying, you know, I don't really have very much to tell you to change. So that's the good part of all these commitments I have to being at the center of my healing journey. And she was being really diligent, and I could tell. And so when I left her office, I was completely on board with this fakakta monitoring thing that I have to manage now, and the blood pressure medication. But it wasn't that easy for me to really let go. So this is how letting go looks in my world. I left her office and spent a half hour walking around Whole Foods health department looking for an alternative to baby aspirin, looking for the white willow bark again. And I finally gave up. Whole Foods doesn't carry that stuff anymore now that they've become Amazonified. So I just went over to CVS and I bought a bottle of baby aspirin. Surrendering. I'm surrendering. It's really good to remember that I don't necessarily know best. And I'm so glad it didn't take anything more dramatic than what I've been through in these last few weeks to realize that and let it go enough to feel like I'm more right-sized in my decisions now than I have been. And while my ferocity may have softened, my love for the art of making has by no means gone away. Researching and combining foods and plants and herbs in various combinations can really let your inner beauty shine. It can increase your ease and strengthen your robust good health. Home remedies are a lovely and wonderful thing to play with and experiment with. Thank you, Robin. But the art of making by no means replaces having good doctors or doctor on your team. And it certainly doesn't mean that you should scoff or override or ignore the recommendations of your doctors. I had lunch with my sister and my friend Lynn today, and Lynn said, when it comes to having a healthy ticker, start by doing what the doctor suggests. Ask questions, but take the meds and carry the monitor. So anyway, I'm glad to have found somebody else online on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon, and I hope it's gorgeous wherever you are. It's crazy warm and unseasonably summery here in Petaluma, California, and man, I'm loving it. And the magnolias are in bloom, and those of you who know me know how happy that makes me. So enjoy your signs of early spring wherever you may be in the Northern Hemisphere. And if you've got magnolias coming into bloom, appreciate them. I know I do. Okay, blessed be. Talk to you soon. Bye.